Have you ever felt like your mind won't stop? Like thoughts keep coming, one after another, never giving you rest? Today, I want to share a story about a young woman who learned the secret to silence her restless mind. And what she discovered might change your life too. This is the story of Sarah and the lesson that brought her peace. In a busy coastal town, there lived a young woman named Sarah. She was 26 years old, a graphic designer with a small apartment and a decent job. But Sarah had a problem. Her mind never stopped. From the moment she woke up until she finally fell asleep, thoughts flooded her brain. Worries about yesterday, fears about tomorrow, what she said, what she should have said, what might happen, what could go wrong. It was exhausting. She couldn't enjoy a meal without thinking about work, couldn't sleep without replaying the day's conversations, couldn't even watch a movie without her mind wandering to her problems. Sarah felt trapped inside her own head. One evening, a coworker mentioned something. "You seem stressed. Have you ever tried meditation or something?" Sarah had tried. Apps, videos, guided sessions. Nothing worked. Her mind was too loud. But then her coworker said, "There's this woman, Mrs. Chen. She used to be a therapist. Now she runs a small tea shop by the harbor. People say she helps people find peace. Maybe you should visit her." Sarah was skeptical, but desperate. So the next Saturday, she went to find the tea shop. The shop was tiny, quiet, peaceful. Inside, an elderly woman sat behind a wooden counter, pouring tea with slow, deliberate movements. This was Mrs. Chen. Sarah walked in nervously. "Excuse me, are you Mrs. Chen?" The old woman looked up and smiled warmly. "Yes, dear. Please, sit." Sarah sat down and began talking quickly. "I can't stop thinking. My mind is always racing. I've tried meditation, breathing exercises, everything. Nothing helps. I just want my mind to be quiet. Can you help me?" Mrs. Chen listened patiently. Then she stood up. "Come with me to the back garden," she said gently. "I have a small task for you." Sarah followed her outside. The garden was beautiful, small, a stone path, a few plants, a koi pond. Mrs. Chen picked up an old ceramic cup from a table. She filled it with tea, completely full, so full that the surface tension held the liquid just barely inside the rim. One wrong move and it would spill. She handed the cup to Sarah. "Walk from here to the koi pond at the end of the garden, then come back, but you must not spill a single drop." Sarah looked at the cup, then at the path. It was only about 30 feet, but the path had uneven stones. "Okay," Sarah said quietly. She took the cup, held it with both hands, and began to walk. At first, her hands trembled. The tea rippled. She froze. "Breathe," she told herself. She took one small step, then another. The stones were uneven. She had to focus. Her eyes locked on the tea, watching the surface. A bird chirped nearby. She didn't notice. A breeze blew past. She didn't feel it. A neighbor called out to Mrs. Chen. She didn't hear it. All Sarah could see was the tea. All she could think about was this step, this moment, this cup. Her breathing slowed. Her shoulders relaxed. Her mind went quiet. For the first time in months, there were no thoughts, no worries, no replays, no what-ifs. Just the cup, just this step, just now. She reached the pond, paused, then slowly turned around. The walk back felt different, calmer, lighter. When she finally returned to Mrs. Chen, she looked down. Not a single drop had spilled. Sarah looked up, almost surprised. "I did it!" Mrs. Chen smiled. "Yes, you did. Now tell me, did you hear the birds singing?" Sarah blinked. "No." "Did you feel the wind on your face?" "No." "Did you hear your neighbor calling me?" "No, I didn't notice anything. I was only focused on the tea." Mrs. Chen nodded slowly. "Exactly. Mrs. Chen gestured for Sarah to sit. "You just experienced what you've been searching for," she said gently. "Peace." Sarah looked confused. "But I was just focused on not spilling." "Yes," Mrs. Chen said, "and in that focus, where was your restless mind?" Sarah paused. It was quiet. Exactly. When your attention is fully in this moment, there is no room for the past, no room for the future, no room for worry. You weren't thinking about yesterday's mistakes or tomorrow's fears. You were here, fully present. That is where peace lives. Sarah sat back, absorbing the words. "But I can't carry a cup of tea everywhere," she said softly. Mrs. Chen laughed. "You don't have to. The cup was just a teacher. The lesson is this: whatever you do, do it completely. When you eat, just eat. When you walk, just walk. When you work, just work. Don't let your mind wander into the past or future. Peace isn't something you find, it's something you return to, again and again and again." Sarah felt something shift inside her. For the first time in years, she understood. Sarah thanked Mrs. Chen and left the tea shop, but she didn't forget the lesson. The next morning, she tried something new. Instead of checking her phone first thing, she made her coffee slowly. She watched the water boil, smelled the coffee, felt the warmth of the cup. She didn't think about work, didn't plan her day. She just drank her coffee. And for those 5 minutes, her mind was quiet. At work, when her thoughts started racing, she'd pause. She'd focus on one thing, the task in front of her. This email, this design, this moment. And slowly, the noise faded. She started walking home instead of taking the bus, not to exercise, but to practice. Each step, fully present. The sound of her shoes, the feeling of the ground, the air on her skin. No headphones, no distractions, just walking. And in those walks, she found the same peace she felt in Mrs. Chen's garden. Sarah's life didn't change overnight, but she changed. She learned that peace isn't something you achieve, it's something you return to again and again and again. Here's the truth most people don't realize. Your mind will always create thoughts. That's what it does. But you don't have to live in those thoughts. When you're washing dishes, wash dishes. When you're listening to someone, actually listen. When you're eating, taste the food. Stop letting your mind live in yesterday or tomorrow, because the only moment you actually have is this one, right now. Peace isn't found in a perfect life, it's found in a present life. The restless mind isn't your enemy, it's just untrained. Train it to be here, now, and you'll find that the peace you've been searching for was always inside you, waiting for you to stop running and just be. Sarah still visits Mrs. Chen sometimes. They sit together in the garden, drinking tea, saying nothing. Because now Sarah understands. Peace isn't something you talk about, it's something you live, one moment at a time. So today, I want to ask you, when was the last time you were fully present? Not thinking about the past or future, just here. Try it, even for 5 minutes. You might be surprised what you find. If this story helped you, please like this video and share it with someone who needs to hear it. And subscribe for more stories that bring wisdom and peace. Thank you for being here. Until next time, stay present, stay peaceful.